Afternoon, guys. Here at Ashford United ground, away win versus Kennington. Our unbeaten run continues, and it's good to have a new face in the interview. While Matt's away, Taylor's going to join us. So, Cordy, how did you see that game unfold today?
Really good 3 points away from home. I think I said it to Taylor at half time. I think tactically we always have tough games against Kennington. They have obviously they've got a good coaching side. You know they know what they're doing. They potentially at times in the first half caused us a little bit of problems in midfield where Brad Wallage was playing at the top of the box at times and we weren't communicating well enough in terms of passing players through the thirds and they created some. Not so much Dan making saves, but they got in some dangerous positions, which was a little bit of a concern. But we scored at a good time, I thought, just before half time, which helped. And I just said to the boys in there, I'm saying exactly the same thing, our fitness levels in the second half. I mean, I don't know how many corners we've had, how many saves their keeper's made. Again, he was probably their best player on the pitch today, their goalkeeper. Pulled off 2 one-on-one saves, one for Shapes, one for Jack Nelson with his feet. Really good saves. And we're knocking on the door with set pieces again, and it just looked like we was going to dominate and score, and should have scored a lot more goals than we did. But to create that amount of opportunities in the second half, and obviously concede a sloppy goal, but then go right up the other end, and the two subs combining with Ronald and Dino was brilliant. It was good to see Dino on the score sheet again. I thought he'd done really well when he come on. And again, Jack Peters off the bench. I thought he was very lively today, and he could potentially have scored a couple of goals through. Again, their goalies made 2 great saves and just plucked it around the post. But yeah, at this time of the season, it's just grinding out results. It doesn't matter so much about the performances, but I thought we were very good in large spells of the game today. Outside a little bit of lapse again for a real poor penalty that we've given away. Yeah, and
Taylor, the first half was a little bit bitty, I thought. What was said at half time to kind of give the guys a little bit of a kick up the backside, if you like, so that they came out in the second half and they performed, I think, a much better level?
Yeah, I mean, look, we had frustrations during the first half, but this is where we sort of earn our money, I suppose, in terms of how do we get the best out of the players. And I think they just needed a little bit of love and a bit of confidence in that half-time bit. They were sort of really beating themselves up. They showed the frustration, and I think that, in these moments, in these tight games, you can't really show that because then the game kind of gets away from you. So we just reminded them about what has got us here and what position we're in now, what we've done to get us here. So a little bit of that, a little bit of just self-belief and getting them psychologically to match up against whoever they're playing against today. They need to get the better of them, and second half I thought they did that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Corley, we had a new face in the team today, Sinke, I think his name, I thought did really well until he had to go off injured. Tell us a bit about him.
Yeah, so he's been on the radar for probably 2 or 3 seasons. I've followed his career. He played very well against me a couple of times when he was at Ramsgate. He's really athletic, quick across the grass, and physically very strong. And he showed that. He was driving out with the ball today, and he looked really good in the first half. And it was just a shame again that we've lost him through injury with a collision with our own goalkeeper, which is unfortunate. But Ricardo's out, and again I want to thank VCD for allowing us to dual reg him as well, which has really helped us out today because we're a little bit bare bones. We've got Dan Easton on the bench today because we've got so many knocks and niggles that's going around in the squad. And I thought he'd done really well on his debut, and it's obviously frustrating now that potentially he could be out for, we don't know how long, if he's got concussion, I don't know, I need to speak to the physio team, but that was really promising. I thought it was a really good start for him, but there were some good individual performances today across the pitch. I thought we were much better in the second half, as I said, and I just don't think really the scoreline justifies the dominance that we had in the second half, but their goalkeeper has kept them in it, and fair play. So like I say, it's a really good 3 points away from home. I don't know how long now it's been since we've lost a game away from home. We're talking about last season potentially, or the start of the season, sorry. So we're in a great place, but we just got to keep ticking them off, and we'll do the analysis again, and we look at how many more points we need to tick the box in terms of getting out of this level. So we've not achieved anything yet. We've still got a lot of hard work to do, but we've still got fans that are travelling all the way today, which is phenomenal, and we thank them, and we move on to another tough game next week.
Yeah, finally, Taylor, just Coyle just mentioned another tough game next week. So it's on the training pitch Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
What's going to be the theme, I think, for those sessions?
Without giving too much away, I suppose. But yeah, we've had Erith watched.
Yeah.
They're quite a young, energetic side. So we need to make sure that we match whatever athleticism and energy they look to bring to the game. Obviously, like most teams, they'll be keen to impress in front of the league leaders. So we've got to make sure that we don't slip our standards at all and we treat them exactly how we would treat any other opposition. So yeah, they'll pose their own threats. They've got some players that we quite like it in terms of always looking out for them players that cause us a bit of trouble. And yeah, as a team, I think they're set up pretty well from what we've seen and like to play good football and they've got a threat, especially out wide. So yeah, we're just going to be looking at what have we done today that needs to be even better. I think it's getting to a point now where the players know how we play. It's just refining the key little elements to that and looking back at it and going, right, we need to address this again or this could be better. So yeah, we're looking at ourselves every single day to constantly improve, not just to win this league, but for the long term for next season as well.
Brilliant, guys. Thank you very much for your time. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks, Andy.